How is it going, you fucking losers? I'm here with my co-host today.
Yes, it's Jonesy boys.
Jonesy takes a step into the pod simply
I, you
because
know,
what? Wait, oh no, go
get
ahead.
gotta step up when your number's called. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the number's called, and simply just because Ty just wasn't living for it. He didn't want to do it. Last couple of days
Yeah,
he dished me. Uh, I would say about 4 times total. And I
yeah,
think
definitely
he,
bailed a couple times.
yeah, I think he just rather hang out with his girl, and that's fine. I got a fucking all-star replacement here that might have better takes than him,
Oh, the defending champ.
defending
There's no
champ.
doubt about it.
And we're here to give you the matchups here. But first, we gotta talk about some breaking news. So, as you all know, or all should know, our buddy,
The trade.
the buddy and new-time owner of the in the league, Mr. Archer, decides he wants to go after
Great
one of
guy.
the fantastic guy. You kidding me right now?
Yeah,
He
love
decides
Mr. Archer.
he decides he wants to go after one of the OGs. One of the OGs, Case, one of the
Yeah,
Case been in the league for since it started, and Mr. Archer says, I'm not scared of that bullshit. I'm gonna go after him, and I'm just gonna headhunt his ass. So
yeah.
we're gonna take our own opinions on this trade here, but my co-host is gonna start his first hot take of the show, and take it away, Jonesy.
You know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. I think this is part of Mr. Archer's plans all along.
Really?
You know, grabbing Gronk, grab the Pats guy, right?
Yep.
So many Pats fans in this league.
Oh,
And
too
he just
many.
knew. He knew right off the hop, like, I could fucking eat someone's butthole with this trade, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, okay, at first, trade was brutal. Hated the trade.
I
Mr. Archer won it 10 times out of 10.
I felt the same.
But, but, after watching last night, Kelvin Benjamin looks a little bit promising.
Right.
I didn't think he was going to do what he did, but he showed up. And against Denver's defense, 91 yards and a TD, he came to play, all right? So he's no joke for sure.
Yeah.
But in the end, AJ Green or Kelvin Benjamin, you got to go AJ Green.
Of course.
And Greg Olsen and Gronk, I mean, obviously you're going to take Gronk, but Greg Olsen's got a floor of like 6 points a week.
Right.
So your tight end, realistically, I wouldn't say it's that big of a difference, but Gronk could give you 20 at
Yeah,
out
on
of
any
nowhere.
day. And yeah.
And he's going to get you like 7 points a week guaranteed.
Right.
His ceiling's so much higher, but you know what? In the end, I still have to go with Mr. Archer.
Right. And he just threw in Matt Jones at the end just because fuck it.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm pretty sure Jonesy's hurt.
He
I don't
is.
know. He might be back now, but he was hurt.
He is. But you know what? Why not take the risk and add
Oh,
him?
why not? Exactly.
So when I first saw the trade, I was 100% with you. I thought complete wow. Mr. Archer just slapped this OG around like brutal. Like Mr. Archer just said,
And
you
you
know
know
what?
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 One of the things I like about it was Mr. Archer had the audacity to be like, "There's no vetoes." Boom, drops a trade rate right on the spot.
Yep, you're right. Right after the
You know
vetoes.
what?
Right
Right after
after,
the
yeah.
veto conspiracy,
But you
no
think,
one could say anything. Mr. Archer's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna take this kid's team."
yeah. But you really think that Mr. Archer said, I'm going to draft one of the most loved players for the Patriots just to see if I can get some rapes later on?
You see, that's the thing.
Because he could
I
have had
think,
AJ Green.
but he got Greg Olsen, who's a better pick than Kelvin Benjamin.
Correct?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think AJ Green, obviously better than Benjamin, but the gap difference, I think he wins that trade for sure. But drafting Gronk was like a safety blanket.
Yeah.
If you got to keep him, you got to keep him. He's going to get you the points. But
Right.
he has so much trade value because all the Pats fans here. Same
Yeah.
with Tom Brady. He's
Oh,
got
yeah.
Brady. Brady comes back. I'm sure Case will give up AP for him again.
Well, that's what happened last year, right?
Exactly.
And honestly, like my projections before, I said Calvin Benjamin, he's going to get maybe 56 yards. I just didn't think with all those receivers and with him coming back, just his first game that he's going to grab up 90 yards. I think he had a total of 17 or he was supposed to be on a snap count of like 30, and then all of a sudden he was out there for 52 snaps. And I
Yeah,
heard a
that's crazy.
stat that 23% of those snaps he played he was targeted in, and that was higher than Julio Jones last year. So
Yeah.
do we have a Calvin Benjamin rising star on our hands once again?
See, I don't know. I think this game was promising,
Yeah,
but you know what? They didn't use Funyuns at all. I think he had 9 yards.
yeah, yeah. I think yeah, for sure.
So once Funyuns gets into his own and he starts getting in this offense, I think they're gonna be spreading the ball more. It's gonna help Benjamin, but at the same time, I think some weeks it's gonna take points away from him
Yeah, I can see that. And
because you got the Twin Towers as your wide receivers. Two,
yeah,
both of them are like 6'5".
yeah, 6'5" on each side. And Benjamin is just too big. Like when he got that touchdown on Calvin Harris, he was just too small, and there's no way
Oh yeah,
he could even reached around and grab that ball. But
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
still standing that Mr. Archer won the trade just because he got Olsen. And
Yeah, no, I agree.
yeah,
The floor is like so much higher
I,
for the guys that he got.
I still see Olsen as the number one target there because
Oh yeah,
you
for
could
sure.
tell later on in the game when it was like time to make plays, he was throwing to Olsen just because he knows he's going to catch the
Yeah,
ball. So
the reliability. It's the
so
go-to.
it's not a trade rate; it's a win on Mr. Archer's side. And hold
Yeah.
on, now you were on the show last week, and we were talking about my trade with George, and
Okay.
I want to know your take on it, your actual take.
See, okay, this is the thing with that trade. I think you win that trade, right?
Okay.
But the only way I say you lose that trade is if Forte A doesn't produce for the
Okay.
first 2 or 3 weeks, and they go to a committee.
Right.
That's it.
Well,
If they
that's
go to a committee,
yeah.
I think you're fucked on that trade
Oh,
because then you don't know which one you're gonna have to start. But if Forte runs away with this, like the vet he is and the consistency he's had through his career, then you win that trade 9 times out of 10.
well, and what I was thinking too was, all right, let's think here. I'm giving up Julian Edelman, who doesn't have his quarterback for 4 weeks,
Yeah,
which
I'm not a fan of Edelman
which
at
still
all.
yeah, which still isn't a big deal because he's still the number one target there. He was also hurt all off season or preseason,
Yeah,
and I don't know. He had a good game every now and then. I feel like my wide receivers from what I had, I could live without him. And
oh
I
for
didn't
sure.
even want to draft him. He just fell to me, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'll go him, and I'll go Djax, who I really wanted."
Best available player, right? You had
Yeah.
to take him.
So and then Amir Abdullah in the ninth or 10th. I mean, take a chance, right? He's a starter.
I mean, yeah, but and they just signed Theo Riddick to that extension. It's just the passing. He doesn't. Amir Abdullah doesn't catch to the backfield a lot, so you have to rely that Detroit's going to be up and pounding the ball.
Which is hard against in that division.
Probably not going to happen. And the thing with their division is all those teams are good against the run. Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota, all good against the run.
Yeah. So I think well now when you hear that Marty said I got absolutely trade rate, what are your reactions to
Oh, I laugh. I
that?
think I think there's no chance he lost that trade
Okay.
unless
For
there's
right
a
now.
committee back.
For right now. For
For
how it
right now,
stands.
yeah.
All right.
But you know what? But in New England, there's so many options. You
Yeah.
got who's the new guy? Chris Hogan,
Yeah.
Bennett, Gronk, just
Actually,
whoever's catching out of the backfield.
did you hear the breaking news out of New England that
I did not.
Gronk didn't fly with the team to Arizona?
What?
Yeah. So I picked up Bennett off the waiver wires.
Come on.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing: the way to think about it is, you want to keep handcuffs, right? And I'm not
Yes.
saying I'm going to start Bennett because I think I'd rather play Barnage just because he's just I don't know, he's number one there. He's been doing it, whatever. But talk about handcuffs. If Gronk goes down, I mean, isn't
Oh,
Bennett
Bennett's the guy.
isn't Bennett like would be like an RB1 handcuff type player?
Oh,
Because how do
I
you
mean, I agree.
right?
Brady goes to the tight end all day.
So I mean, and he's still an elite talent. So I mean, I think that's a pretty good stash until because Gronk's he's been hurt. Who knows? He's been hurt before.
Yeah. And he's on the mountain cover. The mountain curse.
Yep. Oh wow, that even fucking makes my handcuff even better.
I mean, Odell broke the curse last year, but you know what? It could start up again.
Yeah. All right. Well, after talking about the trade, we're going to dive. Well, oh, first of all, we got to analyze the game last night. Now,
Great game.
do you want to start or do you want me to?
You can. You go for it.
Okay. Before the game, I gave out a bunch of projections. You know, obviously, I mean, I'm not going to give them right, but like it's just for fun. I wanted to talk about it. And if I did get them right, or if I knew what was going to happen, I would just sweep this league in like 2 days. So anyway, but I'll tell you one thing. I said the bold prediction, the big play is that C.J. Anderson's going to go off for 20 points. The only reason I
Oh
said
yeah.
that is because I had faith that Denver was going to win. I said that D is too strong. It's like a kryptonite to Cam. I think he's going to get, too involved. He's going to try to do it himself too much. And boom, Denver's going to win. Now, I don't see Semien throwing 3 touchdowns to make the win. I see
No.
if they're going to win, C.J. Anderson's going to have to run the ball and catch the ball and get touchdowns. So I said, fuck
Yeah.
it. I'm going big plays Anderson here. And what do you know? Guy breaks off for 90 rushing yards and, 50 receiving and 2 touchdowns?
He had 139 total yards, 2 TDs.
So that's pretty much what I said, 140 yards. But he had another touchdown.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now are you surprised?
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, I'm not done yet. Are you surprised
Right.
Ty didn't start him?
I was just gonna say that. Ty fucked up big time. Okay.
Would you start him, though?
Oh, I would start him 100%.
Is it?
The thing is, he's the featured back. You know he's gonna get the carries. He's not gonna lose touches to a rookie. They cut Ronnie Hillman so that they could roll with C.J. Anderson.
Right. Well, so is Christian
And-
Michael, though.
So is who?
Christian Michael, he's starting. Christine Michael?
But Thomas Rawls is still there.
Well,
He's gonna. The Thomas Rawls is gonna start as the backup, right? So it doesn't like he's still gonna get his touches. Anderson and a rookie, you gotta know they're gonna pound the ball with Anderson,
yeah. And you know what?
especially with the rookie quarterback.
In a way, I agree with him playing Michael because I do think he's gonna have a good week.
Okay.
But I feel like in the first week, when you don't really know what's gonna happen, you gotta play with who you drafted. And if
You gotta roll with the names.
if you had trust in C.J. Anderson in the 5th or was it 4th? I mean, you gotta roll
think
him
it's
out,
4th.
right? And what do you know? And now he's got a guy who went off on his bench. He's got some trade bait now, and I'm sure someone's gonna try to reach for him eventually.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, Ty was telling me today he's looking for second rounders, and I'm like, fuck out of here, buddy.
Yeah.
And I want Deshaun
Yeah,
Jackson for a first rounder.
Rumor had it second round receivers were up on the block.
Yeah, well, I don't know who's doing that, but you know,
At the
Hey,
throw-
but
throw a lot
if he
of
keeps
his
it up,
but you
if
know
he-
what the thing with C.J. Anderson is, I love the fact that they have a rookie quarterback.
yeah. And he was
Because-
decent.
He
Like,
did impress me.
He did.
I thought
He did what he's
I thought he
supposed
did
to do, and he was calm. He dumped those short passes off, didn't do anything too crazy. You know, he had the tip interception, but that's fine.
it was only when he got pressured he fucked up. Like when he was backpedaling and just tossed it in the air and then picked him off.
Yeah, that was a bad throw.
That
But
was brutal.
you know, that's just a rookie mistake, but you know what? His defense kept him in it. They kept pounding the ball, they kept fighting. But anyway, so throughout the game, before I thought, you know what? I think this is going to be a down year for Cam. Just because he has 2014, I'm thinking he's going to have a 2014 year here where he's inconsistent.
Okay.
He is not accurate with the ball like he was in preseason. Like he wasn't accurate at all in preseason. I don't know how Stewie's going to hold up. And I didn't think much of him, but he impressed me too. I think he's back. I think whoever drafted him in the 5th round, I think they got a good pick there. But he went off.
I think it was JJ.
Right. Well, yeah, he was. It was because he's playing Ty. But he had a good game. He tried his best. He was getting fucking slammed from those hits.
Oh, yeah.
My God. And you know,
But you know what? The thing with Cam is he's the red zone back. Like
yeah,
literally, they get in the red zone. He's the one that's gonna run it in. So you get so many points from him from that.
Yeah, it's like he's gonna. It's so much better to have a quarterback who can get you 6 instead of 4, and
Oh yeah.
it makes a big difference. But
Well, especially the rushing yards. He had
yeah,
54 rushing yards and a TD. That's 11.4 points right there.
yeah. Well, anyway, throughout the game, I thought Semien played good. He did what he's supposed to do. C.J. Anderson did what he should have done last year, which fucking Case dropped a second round pick on him and got busted.
Yeah.
And D Tom, I was a little disappointed simply just because I thought he was going to get a touchdown. They targeted him a couple times in the red zone, but he couldn't. He got slammed. He couldn't hang on to the ball, and I mean, I don't know. I feel like they need
I
to just
mean,
get him involved more, short passes, and let him do his thing because I don't know.
Emmanuel Sanders is more the deep threat,
He is,
and
and he got
he
targeted
didn't
a lot.
impress either.
Well, he got
Yeah,
targeted a lot.
he had 8 targets,
Yeah,
but like he didn't have the deep ball. Like when Peyton Manning was QB, it was always he'd get you the 60-yard TD,
yeah,
like where you run the deep route and just blow past everyone. This was just like short out routes,
right.
and you'd catch him for 10 yards, 9 yards. But if a Sanders gets the deep ball going, then he'll be good.
Yeah, well, and West started him too, eh? Sanders, you surprised about that?
I mean, Wes's team's fucking brutal, so
Oh
I'm not too
fuck!
surprised about it.
Oh
I
fuck!
mean, realistically, who's he going to start over him? Stephon Diggs. They have Sean Hill as their starting quarterback now.
Yeah, Parker's
Devontae
injured.
Parker. All right, he's playing Seattle.
He's hurt.
And Alan Hearns. Like, I mean, you could have started Hearns, but J.J. is a healthy scratch. And White from New England, which is up in the air because you never know if they might run Blunt 30 times.
I
And
think
White might not even touch a ball.
I think he should have started White, just because Arizona's got a tough D, and I think Jimmy's gonna wanna stick to the game plan and dump it off to the RB and run screens. But
Yeah, that's true.
who knows? Because fucking
You know what?
New England can pick up a running back right now and use him. That's how they always play.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. And Sanders' ceiling is too high because all
Yeah.
it takes is he's just like Deshaun Jackson. One
Um,
long ball and you got 14 points.
I'm gonna say Deshaun Jackson a little faster than
No,
Sanders.
he is, but you know what I mean. He has
Yeah,
that big
he
play
has that big
potential.
play. Yeah. Okay. So what do you think about the game? Well, first of all,
I thought I think
yeah,
Carolina to win.
say your projection first. You and Mark's projection, actually.
For what the score?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like 24-7
Yeah.
for
Fucking
Carolina.
blowout.
But you know what? Carolina had that. They were up 17-7, and then they just broke down. I
Well,
mean,
you gotta think Semi was in
Denver's
the red
defense.
zone twice and turned the ball over.
Yeah, but that's good defense on Carolina, but it was also rookie quarterback, right?
Yeah,
But I think the tip pick really changed the game.
that was a
That was
sick pick.
that was a huge moment,
Yeah.
but I still kind of think Carolina should have won, man. Missed a field goal at the end.
Wow. That was a bomb field goal.
Yeah.
And I feel like
What? Okay.
right on, Mom. Appreciate
Sure.
that. Yep. Right on, Mrs. Jewel. Hey, how you doing? We're doing a podcast up here. Hey, what do you say here? Anyway,
Anyways,
so okay, so
how's it going?
and plus Cam, he got lit up a lot. I feel like that was a big game changer.
Yeah, you got hit hard.
So what do you
Long
think?
late hits.
Okay, what do you think about Denver's side?
I think they were brutal,
Oh, jeez.
aside from C.J. Anderson.
Virgil
Like,
Green did pretty
listen,
good.
I wasn't. This rookie quarterback, I haven't been sold on at all. He made nice plays, but like D Tom is unbelievable. But at the same time, they gotta get the ball to him.
Yeah.
So unless it's short passes and bubble screens and shit like that, I don't see him getting the ball much. I don't see him going off like he did 2 years ago when Manning threw 55 touchdowns.
Yeah, well, I don't see that either. But I was like, To me, D Tom is a fourth round pick, and I wanted him as a flex starter. But
Yeah.
and I feel like Ty says that D Tom is a is his number one, which well, obviously he is his number one. But I feel like
I don't think he's a wide receiver one.
I just feel like he kind of had no other choice.
Well,
Ty.
yeah, it was the name value.
Well,
You
he said
needed
he
a big
wanted
name
him.
guy to slide in at wide receiver one. You couldn't have like Doug Baldwin as your wide receiver one. He's not as big of a name as Demarius Thomas.
And he said he wanted him, but I don't believe he wanted him. I feel like he was waiting for someone and he couldn't get him. And
Yeah,
but
that was probably Plan B.
he also thinks Benji two times is going to be a top five wide receiver this year. So
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, he's got the big play potential, and Rivers slings the ball. So
yeah,
I mean,
and
he
that's the
could
only
do
hope.
a lot better than he did last year.
Yeah, he's like, who's that guy that you picked off the wires a couple years ago? Inman, was it Inman
Oh yeah,
from San Diego who
yeah. Well,
flew?
no, well at the beginning of the season it was Stevie Johnson,
Yeah, but who was the guy
but
that was
then
making the big plays that was going down the field and catching them like the 50-yard bombs?
well there's Floyd,
Okay,
Malcolm
yeah,
Floyd,
yeah, it was Floyd.
and
Yeah,
Inman. Yeah, I
okay,
think it was Inman though.
all right. Well, now we got that all out of the way. Let's go into the this week's matchups. What do you say?
Oh, I'm down.
Okay, now this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through the matchups. We're gonna have matchup of the week. We're gonna have our studs players and our dud players, our busts, and our stud players are players who weren't drafted in the first round, just players who we think that were drafted in like the second, three, four, 5 rounds that are gonna go off and have a great week. Our busts are people who are projected to be a top 10 player this year or this week and is just gonna
Yeah.
bust and do terrible. Also, I also want to add something here that we didn't talk about, but I want to add curb stomping of the week. One
Oh, the curb stomping of the week. I like that.
one guy who's just gonna get absolutely slammed home this week. So
Okay.
we'll start off with Clown Show Circus and Malevian Falcon, JJ.
I don't know what the fuck that means, but you know what? Great name, JJ.
Do you know what the
We'll roll with it.
well? Do you know what the Millennium Falcon is?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure it's from Star Wars. I'm probably wrong, but okay. Anyway,
Okay.
now I'm
I
not
get
gonna
the
lie.
Le'Veon part.
Yeah, I get that part, but before when I was gonna do this podcast with Ty, I was thinking that Ty was gonna be my curb stomping of the week on JJ.
Really?
Simply just because I believe in D Tom, but you know what? This is gonna be my curb stomping of the week still. I think Ty is gonna
JJ on
absolutely
tie.
no. I think Ty is gonna absolutely destroy JJ this week.
Wow.
And I'm thinking Ty's gonna put up a fat 120 plus, and JJ's gonna put up like a 75, and
Really?
it's gonna be a bloodbath. Well, I'm running through the team here. I'm looking. Okay, Newton, he did better than I expected, but he only got 21 points. Now that's fine.
Yeah.
I just think Russell Wilson's gonna get like 30, 34 because he's playing
See,
Miami. Okay, listen.
I'm thinking like 26.
Okay, well let me talk here, and then you go on the matchup. Okay.
All right.
So I think Russell Wilson, he's gonna get yeah okay that's fair 26 to 30 to 34. That's what I'm gonna go with on Russell. Lamar Miller is playing Chicago, brutal team. They're gonna be running down the clock later on in the game, I believe. I'm thinking Lamar Miller is gonna get him a 15 to 20 piece. Cheeseburger Eddie against Jacksonville, he's gonna come back alive. He's gonna get him a 15 to 25 piece chicken nugget special. Crabtree, I think, is going to get 60 yards and a touch. Is that tough
Okay.
to say that Crabtree can do that against New Orleans,
That's fair.
the worst
That's
secondary
fair.
in league history? I
Yeah.
also think Jordan Reed is going to get around 80 to 100 yards and a touch from Pittsburgh. So
Okay.
against Pittsburgh, and I think Christian Michael, I think he's going to have a good week. I think he'll be in the range of 15 to 20 as well. Texans defense against Chicago, I'm thinking, I don't know. I'll go average here in 10 with 10, but I think eventually his team's going to round off into the 120 plus range. And I think I'm looking at JJ's team here. He's got Chris Ivory starting. And I heard
Yeah.
I heard they're going to be sharing the ball a lot this year, and I'm pretty sure Chris Ivory's still nursing an injury. I'm looking at
Okay.
Latavius Murray, right? I don't think Oakland's going to be running the ball much. I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot, and I think Murray's opportunities are going to be low. I think, maybe 5 to 10 points in that range, and just because of pure yardage. Sammy Watkins, I'm pretty sure he'll be hurt by the first quarter, so we can just knock him out. Allen Robinson, he'll have a good game. Travis Kelsey against San Diego. I'm pretty sure San Diego covered the tight end pretty well last year. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't like Travis
They have a
Kelsey.
decent secondary.
They have and in his flex, he has a rookie Coleman from Cleveland. Great talent. I just don't think against Philadelphia in his first game he'll be getting anywhere near 5 plus points. So I'm thinking complete blowout here. Ty's taking it home by a mile. And what do you say, Joe?
Well, first of all, I think JJ should start Tyler Lockett.
Okay.
That's slide him into the flex, or even where Sammy Watkins is.
I like that.
Baltimore got a good secondary.
Yep.
They picked up Eric Weddle. They got the linebacker back. Who was it? He's hurt last year. Charles Suggs.
Yep.
Got him back
T-Sizzle.
now. They got much better defense than they did last year.
You're right.
But like you said, Wilson 26 points. I don't think Miller's gonna get that much though. Lamar Miller.
Okay, hold on.
Chicago's got a good run D.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just think all the opportunity for Lamar Miller is there. I feel like no one's gonna take his touches. I feel like he'll be in the receiving game too. So I feel like he could get 50 to 60 receiving yards on him. I just think
I think he's
go.
I think he's gonna get like 12 points.
Okay. That's fair.
Eddie Lacy's gonna do good.
Yeah.
No doubt in that. Jacksonville, I think Green Bay's gonna go up on him early, and Cheeseburger is just gonna pound some home near the end.
Okay.
Crabtree, fair enough, 6 yards TD. I agree with that. New Orleans is shit. Jordan Reed, I got Kirk Cousins, and Reed is like 7 targets a game from Kirk Cousins at least.
Easily.
So he's gonna get his chances. If he gets in the end zone, at least 14 points.
Okay.
And then Christian Michael, I don't know, dude. Like, he's good. He ran hard, but I don't see it. There's something about him. Like, last year, he started on Seattle. They're saying he's the next Marshawn Lynch. Gets cut. Goes to Dallas. Gets cut. Goes to Cleveland. Gets cut. Goes back to Seattle.
Right, but did you see it? Did you see him run in the preseason?
Yeah, but the preseason, you're playing second stringers, third stringers.
Well,
Rookies trying to make it.
he was up against the ones, and I feel like he was doing great. But okay, continue.
He did good, but Miami does have a good front line.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron Wake, Sue. You got Mario Williams now. They're not bad.
All right.
But Texans defense, I think that relies. Is J.J. Watt playing? I don't know.
I think he will, just because he's J.J. Watt.
Yeah. So, they could get some decent points, but I think Chicago's going to surprise a lot of people.
So do I.
And score. I think they're going to score like 17 points.
Oh wow! I hope that's all Jeffrey.
I don't know. Who it's going to be, but I think they're going to do a lot better than everyone's expecting. Not throughout the season. This week,
All right. What about JJ?
JJ, he's got Hoshka as his kicker. That's going to be a lot of points because I think they're going to torch Miami.
Yep.
But Latavius Murray, I think if he gets a touchdown, 15 points.
Okay.
Because he's like, usually he'll rush for like 2-3 yards, get stuffed, then he'll break off for like a 15-yarder. If he gets free and goes for a long TD, I think he might. Because their secondary so shit. Once he gets past that front line, I think he's good.
Okay.
And Murray's got some hope. Ivory's hurt. He's questionable. Don't even know about that. Baltimore secondary's good, so I don't know. I'm iffy about Watkins. I'm even iffy about McCoy right now. I don't even know what I want to do with that.
Well,
Obviously, I have to start him, but
yeah.
it's like I gotta temper my expectations a bit because Baltimore's defense has got a lot better since last year.
Okay.
Allen Robinson seems like he's turning into one of those unguardable guys.
Yeah.
Like he's just like everyone else. He's tall, out jump them all, and he just gets all the targets. He's got such big play potential. He could go for 106 yards, 2 TDs any week.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think that'll happen against Green Bay. I think he'll go like 90 yards and touchdown.
Okay. So.
Kelsey,
Okay.
San Diego. San Diego lost Eric Weddle. That's their biggest loss. Joey Bosa's been playing. If Kelsey does get points, it's got to be early because I think Casey's going to go up real quick on him and then just turn to the run game.
Yeah. Okay. And
That's about it.
Coleman.
But I do not think that's the stomping of the week.
Okay, but do you have Ty winning? Now, before you answer, like I'm keeping track here of who makes the right picks or not, and by the end of the season, we'll see who's the best projector. So.
Okay, if JJ puts in Tyler Lockett, I think JJ wins.
Okay, so if he doesn't, Ty's winning.
Yeah, I think that's going to come down to the difference maker because I think Lockett's going to absolutely go off because Wilson hits him for so many long balls.
Yeah.
And if he converts a couple of them into TDs, that's 20 points. I think Lockett could go for 20 points.
All right. We're off to the next matchup.
Who's next?
Mr. Archer and Team Azar. Now, this is just a regular old matchup, I think. He was actually my runner-up for curb stomping. I think Mr. Archer is going to put up tons of points, and I started looking at Azar's, but then I see, you know what? Azar could as well put up tons of points. So, Mr. Archer, I think he's got this win. I don't know by how much. I think maybe 10 points. Big Ben against Washington, brutal secondary besides Norman. I think they're too slow because they still got big old D'Angelo Hall playing safety back there. I think Antonio Brown's just going to toast them, even if Norman's on him. I don't think it matters. So I think Big Ben's going to have a good game. Doug Martin against Atlanta. That's a little scary to me just because it's Doug Martin and who really knows what he's going to be this year. But if he's Doug Martin from last year, he'll put up 15-20. David Johnson, a guy I'm not really high on from the beginning of the year. I'm thinking against New England. They have a good run-stopping team, but I see David Johnson being involved in the passing game a bit, and I think he'll break off for some good yardage and maybe a touch, a rushing touch or a passing touchdown. So I'll give him 15-20. AJ Green against the Jets, a little scary there.
Revis.
Because he's on Revis Island. I know AJ Green, no one can really cover him, but it depends if he gets thrown to or not. It'll be a good game. It depends. AJ Green can get 4 points or he can get 28. So if he gets 28 or 20, whatever, then I think that's possible. I don't think it's not possible. I think it's more likely this week he gets 4 though, but I don't know.
Okay.
Doug Baldwin, I'm thinking is going to have a big game just because of the slapdown that Seattle's going to put on Miami this weekend. So I'm thinking maybe 15-20 for Doug Baldwin. And I know he's not. I know they pass it around there, but at the end of the year they were passing Doug Baldwin, and the amount of touchdowns he got last year, it won't keep up. But I think that this game, you'll be seeing him in the red zone a lot. I think it may be 2 touchdowns for him. Greg Olsen already played 70 yards, 7.3 points. And I mean, what else can you ask for from a tight end, right? Besides getting a touchdown, and he should have got one, but you'll be fine. The problem here is Matt Jones for me. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know what he's going to do. I think I'm playing Foster. Actually, no, I'm not, because he's playing Seattle.
Against the Hawks?
Yeah, that's a fucking brutal idea. Oh my God. I'm looking at his bench here, and
yeah, the thing with Mr. Archer,
he has a lot of rookies. And he doesn't have any depth. He's a lot of rookies. But I would put in Will Fuller instead of Matt Jones, because or I pick up Matt Jones back up and play him if he doesn't play.
Kelly,
yeah, Robert Kelly or whatever, Rob Kelly.
Yeah.
I pick up him and play him. But if Matt Jones plays, you gotta play him. But I don't know what he can really do. he can he's one of those boomer bust guys. I'm thinking maybe a good game, 8 to 10 points for him. And then
Okay.
Boswell, Pittsburgh's going to put up a lot of points, I think. So I'll give him 10. I got Mr. Archer winning this by, like I said, 10. But then I look at Azar's side. I'm thinking Luck's going to put up a big night against Detroit. I think he's back. Mark Ingram, Oakland's got a pretty good run, do they not?
Yeah, they do. Khalil
So,
Mack, Bruce Irvin,
so like they got
pretty
some,
legit.
they got some boys over there. So uh, Mark Ingram can have a really good game or a decent game. Elliott, I'm
Won't be
thinking,
catches too.
yeah, that's the thing, right? So he'll have a good game. Elliott will have a great game, I think, against the Giants. So that's gonna be a high scoring game, even with Dak Prescott. Des Bryant, who fucking knows? Like, is Dak gonna even target him? I'm sure he will, but like, can obviously Bryant could get a touchdown and maybe 50, 60 yards. So I'm thinking Cobb.
Yeah.
I don't think Cobb's gonna do much. I'm thinking 4 or 5, 6 points maybe. I don't know. I'm scared just because I think Jordy Nelson's gonna take it again. Um,
What?
Kobe Fleener against Oakland. Who knows? Who knows what Drew Brees is going to throw it to? He usually throws it to the tight end, so that might be a good play. D'Angelo
Yeah.
Williams, D'Angelo Williams against Washington. You know, from last year he went off, so I'm guessing he'll have a great game. And then Seahawks D against Miami. I'm taking that's going to be probably one of the highest scoring Ds of the week. So,
Yeah.
but I got Mr. Archer winning by a fucking hair, like 5, 10 points. What about you?
I honestly think this might be the blowout of the week.
The curb stomp?
The curb stomp of the week.
Is this your curb stomp? Oh wow.
Yeah, I think Mr. Archer is just going to take him to Pound Town. You know what?
Explain yourself.
I like Azar's team,
I do too.
but this week, I just don't like. Okay, first of all, Big Ben going to torch Washington, I think. He's going to 20 plus, which is, you want that from a quarterback. If they get you 20 plus, you should be good.
Yeah.
Doug Martin versus Atlanta. Atlanta's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, brutal. I think Martin's going to hit his projection, 15 points.
Yep.
David Johnson, I would hinder the expectation a little bit. I'm all about David Johnson,
Oh yeah.
but it's tough, man. Like, I don't know what to expect. New England's defense is really underrated. So
It is.
I think that they could either shut him down or Johnson can go off.
Yep.
And it's in Arizona. AJ Green, just like you said, 4 points or 28 points, but I still think he's gonna have a big game. He's the only target there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure LaFell's hurt, Eiffert's out. Doug Baldwin, just like Tyler Lockett, they're like that's all Seattle is: small receivers that are fast and just make big plays.
Right.
Matt Jones, if he plays, he's gonna be good.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm guessing he's gonna play. It's just that Robert Kelly guy did sick in preseason, so I don't know if he's gonna lose touches to him or not.
Right.
But go to the other side. Indy's offense looks brutal. They have one of the worst O lines in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can't buy Luck time, then I don't think he's gonna do very good.
Okay.
Mark Ingram, obviously he has touchdown. I think he's gonna get a touchdown receiving, but he gets red zone carries a lot too, so he might pound one in.
Okay.
Ezekiel Elliott, good. I mean, I expect a lot from Ezekiel Elliott. Des Bryant, you don't know how much he's gonna be targeted, like you said, but the bottom three, this is where it gets me. Randall Cobb, 5-6 points, like you said. I think he's gonna be right around there. I don't think he'll get a touchdown. I'm not on the Kobe Fleener hype train.
Not yet.
There's way too many guys.
Yeah.
Like Brandon Cooks, this Michael Thomas guy, Willie Snead, now Kobe Fleener, Brees
Mark
spreads the
Ingram,
ball
too.
way too much. Yeah, Mark Ingram,
In the pass game.
and then D'Angelo Williams. This guy's 33 years old. Okay, he did good last year, but if you look at his stats, he had like 4.4 yards per carry, which is good, but it's not great. Now he's a year older. I just don't see it. I don't see him doing what he did last year, unless he gets touchdowns. That's where he got all his points last year. Like when I had him the 1 week, he had 3 rushing touchdowns. And
Right.
they got down to like the 3-yard line, he just pounded him. But you know what? I don't see him doing it. I think Big Ben's going to throw a lot of passing TDs, which is going to get Mr. Archer points, and Azar's going to get nothing out of it.
Okay.
So I think this is the curb stomping of the week.
Wow. Now, is a 4.4
Mr.
yards per carry good?
Yeah, that's good, but like like I don't know how to say it. I feel like people expect him to do a lot better
Just
than what
because
I
of
think he's
last year?
actually gonna do.
Okay. All right. So you got Mr. So we both got Mr. Archer, but that's your curve stomping.
Oh yeah, that's my curve now.
All right. Let's bring it over here to the worst team in the league, and the second worst team in the league, Duck My Sick, which is Wesley, Haiti, and T Swiss Dildo, Dakota.
Oh,
Cakes.
brutal,
Um,
just brutal.
Now I'm just joking about the worst team in the league because we don't really know yet, but um, honestly, I don't know. I was debating this one for a while. I'm looking at these teams and I gotta go with the hot start of Benjamin, so I gotta go Cakes. And it's tough because Derek Carr I think is gonna have a great game against New Orleans, just because brutal secondary. Adrian Peterson, he's Adrian Peterson, so even though Titans have a good line, I don't think that's gonna matter. Carlos Hyde, I mean, LA's got a good defense, good defensive line. It's very underrated too. So I don't know. I don't know about Carlos Hyde. He had one breakout game last year, and then brutal. So we'll see on
I
him.
don't think he catches it in the back too much either.
No, and I honestly think his win will come out of how good Carlos Hyde and Marcus Wheaton play on the Monday night. But
Yeah,
so Carlos Hyde, yeah, we'll see. Brandon Cooks probably gonna have a great game. I feel like he's number one target there. And that game's supposed to be high scoring, so I could see him getting tons of points, probably in the
yeah, he,
10 to 20 range. So
yeah,
Gronk, I mean, he might not even play, and he didn't. Like I said
yeah.
before,
I just clicked on him.
he did.
Yeah, I clicked on it. It says not expected to play. So
Okay,
Case has to make a move quick and snag himself a tight end.
you're right. So I took Bennett from your cake, so go fuck yourself. Um,
Yeah, fuck you, Cakes.
so you need to find a tight end, and you know what? That might change my pick because if he
Yeah,
doesn't find a tight end who can do it for him, I don't know. We'll see. So he's out of the question. Wheaton, I mean, that's a risk because I'm looking at his bench here, and he's got Landry against Seattle, and he's got Duke Johnson for Cleveland. That I think is probably his best plays, or Forsett against Buffalo, but that's a pretty sticky situation. Now I say Landry
yeah,
against Seattle because they're gonna have to get some type of offense going. I feel like they have to give Landry those short little quick passes and those quick slants to get something going. So I can see Landry with a floor of 5 and then like a ceiling of 10 maybe, depending on how many yards he can get.
yeah.
But um, I think I would play even though Wheaton, he's playing Washington. You just don't know yet who Ben's gonna throw it to. He might just fucking throw it to Brown for 30 times on Monday.
Well,
So
and if Ween's on Josh Norman, I don't think he's gonna burn him too often.
no, not at all. And they might do that because they might think, you know what? He doesn't play matchups, right? Norman, he just plays his side.
Yeah, I think so.
So I mean, if Brown's not over there, good luck, because I don't think Wheaton
Yeah,
can beat out Norman. So Gostkowski, best kicker in the game, should have a floor of 10. And Cardinals defense, who knows? Because who knows how Jimmy's gonna play? I would say I would say probably 10 points for the Cardinals D, probably more depending on turnovers, obviously. But and I'm looking at West, where Aaron Rodgers against Jacksonville, big game. I think comeback game, 30 points here. DeMarco
oh
Murray
wow.
against Minnesota, tough run D, but I like DeMarco Murray. I'm thinking he can get 10 for you. Langford against Houston, depending on J.J. Watt, obviously. Uh, I like Langford, 10, 15 points. Keenan Allen against Kansas City. This one scares me because I like Kansas City's D. I'm scared that he's not going to target Allen as much as he did last year. I think they're going to try to run the ball more with Melvin. So, you know, obviously Keenan, he has his floor of 7, I think, for Keenan.
Okay.
But he could also have a ceiling of 20, but I think he's going to get in the 12 range, maybe 10. D Hop against Chicago, probably a touchdown and 70 yards. I could see that. Delaney Walker, some good points. And then Packers D against Jacksonville. I don't think that's a good matchup because, I mean, Jacksonville is a high power offense still. They just suck on D, really. So I'm thinking it's going to be close. I think it's going to be one of those squeak it out late games. I think and it depends on Carlos Hyde and if Gronk plays.
I think. Well, yeah. Well, it says Gronk's expected not to play in game travel, so I'm guessing he's out. But
Well, does he have a
which I
backup? He doesn't. Okay,
what's
doesn't.
up?
Never mind. He doesn't have a backup tight end. Okay, go.
Okay. I think this is going to be where Wes finally goes above 500 at one point in his career. I
Wow.
think Wes wins his first game of the season.
Wow. Even with the hot
Yeah.
start of Benji.
Even with the hot start of Benji. You know what? I'm just without Gronk, Case has to slide something else in there.
Right.
Carlos Hyde, I'm not sold on. But even looking at Wes's team, it's like they're both iffy. But I clicked on DeMarco Murray, read a little bit about him,
Yeah.
and it says there will be no right in the hot hand, and Derrick Henry will only come in to give DeMarco Murray a break. So, if that's true, DeMarco Murray will be in the red zone and going down the field. And the way he looked in preseason, I'm looking at like 120 yards and a touchdown.
Nice. Finally,
So,
some believers
Jeremy
in Murray.
Langford,
Yep.
I don't know about Langford though.
Either do
That
I.
could
He's scary.
that's up in the air, yeah. But Keenan Allen, Rivers, whenever they play good defense, last year he always threw to Keenan Allen because it was like his safety blanket, right?
Yep.
I think Allen had like 18 targets against KC last year.
Okay.
And he had like 12 catches or something like that. I think Allen's gonna go off. But I don't know if he'll get a touchdown. I just think like 12 points somewhere in there. DeAndre Hopkins, another one of the guys, unguardable. No one in Chicago is going to be able to stop him. If he gets the good passes, he's going to make it happen.
Right.
I think he's going to outperform Benji. Like, he'll match Benji or one up him.
Wow.
And Delaney Walker. Delaney Walker is a machine. When they do pass, it's Delaney Walker. Oh, love that guy. I wanted him so bad.
Walker?
Took him.
I wanted Walker
Yeah.
in PPR leagues just because he's Mariota's safety blanket.
Yeah.
So.
And it's always rare over the middle, but it's like he's not like every tight end. Most tight ends, like when you see Gates play, it's like 7-yard passes.
Yeah.
But Delaney Walker's like over the gut, catch it 15 yards out, and start going down the field and get like a 20-yard reception.
Right.
So I expect big things from Delaney Walker. And you know what? Keeks' team, it's Brandon Cooks hasn't broken out yet. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone was expecting it, but it's the same thing. Drew Brees spreads the ball too much. You don't know. Willie Snead might do better than Cooks. You never know with Drew Brees.
Okay.
And then Derek Carr. I think Oakland's going to do good. But I don't know how good. Derek Carr usually gets picked off a lot. I think that would be the one setback. And obviously AP is going to do AP. Carlos Hyde. Fuck Carlos Hyde. 3rd round pick. Brutal. Marcus Wheaton. If Josh Norman's on Wheaton, Wheaton's the onions. I think Case is like high ceilings, low floors. His whole roster.
Yeah. I feel you. I just feel like I don't know. So I got Cakes. You got Wes.
Yeah.
We disagree. On you picked JJ, right? Correct.
No, I picked Ty, but I picked JJ if he puts in Tyler Lockett.
All right. So far confirmed. We have one separation here from picks.
Yeah.
All right. So on to thanks for Brown, idiots. Who's that guy? Fucking real team. And
Brutal.
Game of Jones for Georgie, the auto draft monster. And
Yeah.
this
oh,
game,
What a team.
this game to me, I think it's gonna be a complete fucking barn burner. And
Wow.
I think it's going like man, I don't know. I'm looking at my team here. Obviously, I got Carson
Is this
Palmer.
matchup of the week for you?
No, it's not.
Yes.
I got Carson Palmer against New England. I'm thinking 20, 26 points. I don't know. I just can't see him not destroying Jimmy G. I can't see any way. I know I said Marcus Semion's going to win, and I put trust in a rookie quarterback last night, and I don't know. Arizona's too good of a team. They're too consistent. And Patriots D isn't Broncos D. and
Yeah.
they're in Arizona.
Yeah. At home, that's huge.
So I mean, I can't. And it's a night game. It's a prime time game. I don't know. I can't see Carson Palmer not performing under the lights here. I'm thinking 20 to 26 points. The guy I'm really nervous about is Matt Forte, obviously, because who fucking knows what he's gonna do. I have faith he can do good.
Yeah.
I have faith he can give me 10 solid points. I'm hoping for more, but I'll be happy with 10. Ryan Matthews, I think he's gonna get absolute ran to the ground. I think he's gonna get me 20 points. I'm thinking I'm thinking 2 touchdowns here, and what's that? 12 points, and then the rest yards,
Yeah.
whatever. So 80 yards,
Okay.
and I'm looking obviously Antonio Brown, best player in the game. Going against Josh Norman doesn't matter. It's a prime time game. Ben's gonna be slinging. Brown's gonna be catching. 20 points. Alshon
Okay.
Jeffrey. Obviously, I'm high on the Jeff Meister. I
Yeah.
wanted him in the draft before the draft. I said I want him. I hope he falls. I think he's gonna fall because no one believes in him. I believe in him. I want him at the turn. I got him at the turn. He's playing Houston. Who the fuck is Houston's corners? Nobody.
That's a good question.
Who is Houston's corners? No one. You got Jay Cutler. He's still a decent quarterback. A good quarterback. He's in the middle there. And I just think he's not. He has to go to Jeffrey. And I think Jeffrey could get me.
Okay.
I'm thinking Jeffrey can get me 100 plus yards. I don't know about the touchdown, but if he gets me a touchdown, 17 points. So
Okay.
I'm going over 100 yards. Touchdowns iffy. For Brown, I think a touchdown is a guarantee. But for Jeffrey, I think it's an iffy. So I'm going 10 points floor for Jeffrey, ceiling 17. Gary Barnage,
Okay.
I'm hoping for a floor 7. I know last year he broke out and dominated, but I don't really know this year. I drafted him just simply because I needed a tight end and he was the best available. I hope he does what he did last year, and he's going against Philadelphia, and who knows what's going to happen in that game. So I'm hoping Barnes can be a floor 7. And my uh, fantasy stud of the week, Deshaun Jackson.
Ooh.
Deshaun
Bold
Jackson
move, Cotton.
is my fantasy stud of the week. The guy who was drafted late, who will go off this week, easily, I think, could easily get 2 touchdowns. He's playing, got Kirk
Wow.
Cousins, who slings the ball, who loves to sling the ball. I know his read is his quote, right now, number one target, but Deshaun's number one receiver. Deshaun can easily burn by that Pittsburgh secondary and just smoke them and get a touchdown, maybe even 2. I think that's the start of the week for me. I think he can get me 15 to 25 points. So,
Okay.
and I don't know if that's am I reaching there. I don't know, but I think just he has the potential. It's a contract year. He's healthy finally, and until he gets hurt, I just think I can get that from him. And the Chiefs defense against San Diego, I think there's gonna be a couple ints here. Maybe I don't know about the fumble, but I'm thinking some good points. I'm hoping 8 to 10 points I can get from the Chiefs. And I look over to Georgie, and he's got Bortles against Green Bay. I'm scared for that matchup. I don't think that's going to be a good matchup for Bortles. I think Green Bay is just going to take over that game, and like take over, like it's going to be like they're back. Devontae Freeman
Okay.
against Tampa Bay. They have a pretty decent D line, but if Freeman gets the work he did last year, he'll be he'll have good numbers. I'm thinking a floor of 12 just because he catches the ball a lot. A floor of 12, ceiling of
Yeah.
20. Thomas Rawls, he's the backup. So I don't know if George is gonna make a move here and switch for one of the bench players for like Gore or Abdullah or Yeldon. But Thomas Rawls won't do it for him. Julio Jones, I mean, he's going against Tampa. I think he's healthy or he's gonna play anyways. So
Yeah, I think he has an ankle injury.
so I mean Julio Jones and Brown. I mean I feel like they're just gonna do what they do in this one. Brandon Marshall, he's Mr. Consistent with touchdowns, so he could get. I think his floor is 10, and then ceiling, who knows, as much as Julio Jones. And Julius Thomas, brutal pick, I think, against Green Bay. Knocking, I think, like maybe 4 or 5 points. Golden Tate, once again, he's still questionable for the week, but if he does play, I don't know. I mean, Indy's got a pretty bad defense. I think Marvin Jones is going to steal the red zone from him, and he might get, I think, a ceiling of 4 and, or no, sorry, a floor of 4 and a ceiling of maybe 8. And
Okay.
Bills against Baltimore, who knows? But I think I'm squeaking this one out on the Monday night game with my two big guns, Jackson and Brown, going head to head. So
It's fair.
so what do you
Do you
say?
got yourself winning this matchup?
I got myself winning by on the Monday night game by 10 to 15.
That's not bad.
Guy goes toilet. Okay.
Hey, you gotta go right. Alright. Good Okay. Good matchups. I think you're over. Your expectations are a little too high for Palmer, I think.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, I don't know. I think he'll hit right around where he's predicted, 17 points. I think that's fair enough.
Okay.
I mean, the quarterback matchups for you and Georgie,
Right.
I like Bortles because Green Bay's going to be winning. I think Green Bay's going to win that game, so when Bortles has his slang, it's going to be the A-Rob. It's going to be deep balls. He's going
Okay.
to go up and make it happen. Forte and Freeman both scare me.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a boom or bust deal. It's going to be like 16 points
Okay.
or 6 for
Okay.
both of them.
For who?
Ryan Matthews
Oh, for Freeman.
He's sick
Oh, for
last
Freeman
year.
and Forte. Would you say 14 or 6?
for Freeman and Forte.
Okay.
Freeman and Forte.
All right.
Ryan Matthews, double-digit points. He's sick.
Okay.
Thomas Rawls is the backup. I think Georgie has to switch that out if he wants to have a chance at this one.
Okay.
I love George's wide receiver duo. That was my duo last year. Rode him right to my first championship. You know what I mean?
Yep.
At 150 to 70. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? The potential of Alshon Jeffrey with Antonio Brown. I think like your wide receivers will just cancel.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And
That's fair.
this matchup's so close. It's gonna come down to your flex and your running backs. And Deshaun Jackson is gonna blow Golden Tate out of the water.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping here, Jonesy.
And the running backs with Thomas Rawls, I don't expect shit from them. So you know what? I think you're gonna take this week by like 16 points.
I like it. I like that confidence from the champ.
Yeah, I think you got Georgie this week, but you know what? The big game changer is going to be if Freeman was Freeman from last year.
You're right.
When he's pounding everything in and getting receptions and bringing him to the house.
Yep. Well, I think it's going to be just one of those good games, though. Good matchup. Very close to being
for
matchup,
sure.
being very close to being matchup of the week from two good teams battling it out. But we had to go matchup of the week, battle of the OGs here, battle of the Mr. Fabiano and the champ. I mean, it's the matchup to look at to see what's going on because the Terps will be flying. I think
Yes.
Jordan's gonna clown around if he starts winning, and Mart will start getting cocky if he starts winning. So watch out for memes and shit being posted in the group. But so now in this matchup, you didn't have Jordy Nelson playing,
I didn't.
and you had Macklin playing.
I did.
So can you tell me why Nelson is now playing?
All right. So I've been doing a lot of reading, right?
Okay.
I know, weird. I shouldn't read. It's terrible for you.
Yeah, brutal. You should watch videos.
Jordy Nelson, they're saying is at 100%.
Okay.
And after I switched it before I watched Carolina last night. But when you think about it, Jordy Nelson's been in, like, his injury was more than a year ago.
Yep.
It was first week of preseason. He's had all this offseason to heal. He's been practicing the last 2 weeks at 100%. They say he's ready to go. I can't see him not getting the ball for at least 60 yards, and I think he's going to get a couple touchdowns.
I like it.
He was the whole reason that, like, even the off season last season, it was always Green Bay's obviously didn't do as good as they don't have Jordan Nelson. Didn't have Jordan Nelson. They get Jordan Nelson back. I think they're just gonna feed him. He's gonna go off. He's gonna make plays happen. The guy's a playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
And after watching Kelvin Benjamin come back off his ACL tear and still light it up, I gotta go with Jordan Nelson. I can't not.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. In the matchup of the week, I got. Fuck, man.
Brutal.
I got Jonesy winning a tight game here. The factor,
Hamlin projected 65 points.
well, that doesn't mean anything. The X factor here, OBJ. I mean, you picked him number 2 for a reason. He's gonna get you that work.
Yeah.
He's gonna help you win. Now, the reason I just think Mark's gonna fall short from you here is he's got my stud of the week. I mean, my bust of the week.
Yeah.
Yep, Mike Evans, bust of the week. Draft. I know. Listen, playing a brutal defense. Indeed, they have some good corners there, some decent corners, and they have what's a Trufant there. I know he plays, a lot of the nickel, or whatever you call it, but I feel like there's a guy on the other side that Winston is going to throw to. There's a couple new guys there that I feel like he's going to throw to. Doug Martin will get the ball a lot. Sims will get the ball a lot from the passing game. I feel like Evans is a do or die for a touchdown with a touchdown. So I'm saying no touchdown, 4.4 points from Evans for 40 yards. Maybe five targets, 2 catches for 20 yards apiece maybe. But anyway, back to the matchup. That's my dud of the week. Drew Brees against Oakland, gonna put up an absolute slapping. He's gonna give him his 26 points like he always does. I can't see him not.
Yeah.
He's consistent. He's been doing it. 20 to 26 points I think is a floor for Drew Brees this week. Todd Gurley against the brutal San Francisco Giants. Giants, 49ers, brutal team. I mean, Gurley still scares me because he is still, he's who knows what he's going to do. Obviously, Mart's pretty confident in him, draft number 3. I believe his talent is the next Adrian Peterson, so I'm going to give Gurley 10 to 15 points, depending on how many touchdowns he gets. If he gets 2 touchdowns, he'll be in the 20 range, obviously, but I'm thinking 10 to 15 is his floor for Gurley, because they're just going to pound it. LA's going to win that game. Mike Evans, like I said, 4 points, 4.4 points. Amari Cooper, going to get him 15 points at a minimum. If he gets the ball. Because you know what? Crabtree, I like Crabtree too. And they pass the Crabtree a lot. And
yeah.
So it could go either way there. But I think Cooper's obviously is the number 1. So I got to give him his love. So he can get 15 to 20, depending. Because that's going to be a high-scoring game, man. So who knows? Dwayne Allen, I mean, okay. He's like, Luck's going to throw to him. It depends if he gets a touchdown. I think his floor is like 3. His ceiling could be 10 though, because he gets touchdowns. So Ty, I don't know. I'm scared for Ty because he's got Slay guarding him. They just signed him to a huge contract. They got Glover Quinn in the back in the secondary in the free safety range. I think Slay's going to be on Hill in the whole game. Like you said, Luck, it's still risky, right? Because who knows what he's going to do. He's still kind of, I feel like he's still kind of like nursing that injury. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think Moncrief, he's going to have a good game. So I see him passing to Dwayne for a touchdown to hit Dwayne's max. And I think Moncrief getting a touchdown and like Gore maybe a rushing and that's it. So I don't know. A Ty, he scares me. I think his floor is 6 or 7. I just don't think he's going to get that touchdown this week. Nugent against the Jets, who knows? Who knows with kickers and D? But Vikings against Tennessee, I mean, Henry and Murray are coming, and I think they're gonna run it down their throats.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna have to pass it. They're gonna pass to Tajay, and they're gonna be making something happen. So I'm thinking for him, 5 to 8 points, maybe less. We'll see. I'm going over to your side here. Kirk Cousins, a quarterback who was drafted extremely late, but has the same potential as Drew Brees this week because he's going against Pittsburgh. Now, Deshaun is my start of the week, obviously, so I got to give Kirk Cousins his love here because I just think he's going to get crazy touchdowns, throwing bombs, either Reed touchdown, maybe a couple to Deshaun. Who knows? I'm thinking Kirk Cousins 20 to 26 points, a turnover because it's Kirk Cousins. So, um,
Yeah.
LaShawn McCoy against Baltimore. Baltimore's brutal, and I know they got Suggs back. I don't care. McCoy's one of my favorite picks, and then McCoy probably 15 to 20 range for me. Couple touches. If Ware plays most of the game, he'll get a touchdown, and because maybe 60, 70 yards because he's brutal. I mean, San Diego's got a brutal defense for rushers.
Yeah, they had the second worst rush defense in the league last year.
And then Jordy Nelson against Jacksonville. I, I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people are scared for him, Jordy, but I think, like you said, 70 yards touch, easy this week. Brutal corners.
Yeah,
I know they picked up some in the draft. I don't care. They're rookies. Odell Beckham.
exactly. The rooks.
Odell Beckham, 20 points minimum, just like in Brown and Julio. Because, you got to give him a floor of max floor just because of the volume and the talent. So OBJ will win you the week. Ertz scares me. And then Marvin Jones, I'm thinking 15 points with a 10-point ceiling. Floor. And then I'm thinking you're going to squeak this one out on the Monday night game with Kirk Cousins. And, and Rams D against San Francisco. Great choice. So,
Yeah, found them on waivers.
so I'm thinking you're squeaking that one out. I think it's smart for in the Monday
Well,
night by probably 10 points.
all right. Here's mine. I think Zach Ertz is my player of the week. I'm thinking like 120 yards and a touchdown from Ertz. Absolute machine. Torched it last year. He's going to be my player of the week. And the bust of the week, T.Y. Hilton.
All right. Wow. You got stud and a dud right in the same
Stuck in,
matchup.
both in the same game. And you know
Wow.
what? Jonathan Stewart only giving Smart 6.5 points.
Hmm.
I think really helped me.
I
Like,
agree.
I was watching that game. They dumped him a screen pass for 20 yards and he got called back. I was going nuts.
Right.
Because this is going to be a close one, right? Those 2 points are going to mean everything. But you know what? I'm scared because Mart's guys, their ceilings are so high this week.
Hmm.
Like Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, Todd Gurley, Drew Brees. The ceilings on those guys is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, they can all go like 20 plus points.
Right.
But I think their floors are all like 7 or 8
Right.
at least. So I think Mart's going to do the damage. He's going to put up points. But in the end, I think the matchups I have with Spencer Ware, Marvin Jones, and Zach Ertz, and, well, Odell's just going to do Odell.
Hmm.
Those three, I think, are going to give me enough points that it could lift me. I want to say, honestly, I think Mart might beat me.
Okay.
But it's gonna come down to if his guys all hit their ceilings.
Okay. Well.
Because they all have the best matchups. But him having Dwayne Allen and T.Y. Hilton, I like that a lot because I don't think they'll both score. Maybe one of them will,
Hmm.
but I still think Hilton's going to be the bust this week.
I'm thinking it's going to come down to that Monday night with Kirk Cousins and your Rams D. I'm thinking you're gonna squeak
Yeah.
this one out by 10. What do you think? Your final score?
My final score, I think I'm going to put up a lot more points than I'm projected, 65. But I think it's going to be like last year, I beat Mart 121, 119 week 1.
Yeah.
I think this year it's going to be like 112, 107.
All
Don't
right.
know for who, but that's what it's going to be.
All right. Wow. That's a tight game. That's why it's the matchup of the week, right?
Yeah.
So there you go, kids. There's the matchups. I hope you enjoyed the guest of Jonesy today.
Oh yeah. Hey, pleasure having me, Amy.
Yeah, it was a great time. That's way better than that snake that we got leaving us. So, alright, you fucking losers. Have a good